American Cornhole Organization. Yeah, it's a real thing since 2005. Find out how to play, where to play, and compete nationwide. Scan now to join the ACO family at AmericanCornhole.com. The ACO. We are Cornhole.
Hi, I'm Rich Pyle, the host of Hole Nation, where we share everything this cornhole and a lot more. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and catch our new videos every Wednesday at 7. And remember, whether it's sticky or slick side down, bring it.
Welcome to Taco Tuesday here on YouTube. It looks a lot different over here, doesn't it?
Feels different.
Actually, it kind of does. A little bit different today. We'll tell you a little bit more about that as we get going, but cheers to you.
Well, sure, this is real different today. This is actually
Don't even.
A nice, tasty, cold beer
Yes,
with
it
lime.
Yes, it is. A little Best Day Brewing. Cheers to you. There you go.
Yeah,
hey,
not
before
bad.
we get started, Godspeed Randall Garrison. I guess 2 people are laid up in the Garrison household.
I saw
with
that. That's pretty,
boots and
not
things
funny, but it is
on
kinda
their
funny.
feet. But good golly! So the best of you guys. I think he said he's got 8 weeks in the boot, but he's hoping to get out to see us soon. So to the businessman and the whole family, best of luck and Godspeed. The taco, as we mentioned in the reel on the Facebook page, we used the old Facebook page to promote go away from Facebook to come here to YouTube for the taco, for Whole Nation, for major streaming, any long form content video that we're going to be doing. You want to come check us out here on the YouTube channel. And while you're here, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get your notifications. And the key is like the content. The more likes we get, the bigger the algorithm, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying a lot of words that don't really mean anything to me, but someone told me to say them, so I'm saying them. Do it, do it, do it. Everything here on YouTube. As a matter of fact, speaking of social media, the new ACO Players page is up and running. If you haven't seen it yet, it's season 2X.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I mean, what's that all for? I mean, why are we doing that?
The whole point was we had so much content that was just the traffic on the main page was pushing things that you would want to see way, way down. So you were only seeing the most current thing that was being posted. So we were missing some great interviews that Whole Nation had done. We were pushing streams for the playing down. So we moved that to YouTube. That's why the long form content has come here to YouTube. But things like roll calls that you need, or things like, maybe a change in a schedule, or things that really, appeal to a player or somebody who's going to be with a player, it makes sense to have that player's page there for that exclusive information. So if you haven't gotten on there and liked that page, follow that page so that you can get all of your updates. The main page is going to be continuing to serve the overarching cornhole community. And again, pushing you to the YouTube channel for the long form content
I like that, dude.
video. So I like it. Something else that I like is the return. Seems like forever we were in Pittsburgh for this, but the National Senior Games and ACO running the cornhole activation for the National Senior Games is back in August.
Yeah, dude. In August, we're headed out to Des Moines, Iowa. Still working on what bags are going to be played, Derek. Maybe have one sponsor or maybe multiple sponsors. But I'll tell you what, Finn, it is exciting right now because, number one, the venue that we're going to be out there in Des Moines is amazing. Actually, right now, I'm trying to make the decision whether we want to be on AstroTurf or hardwood courts. And I'm kind of leaning towards the AstroTurf for my legs. I'm not worried about anybody else's legs. I'm more worried about my legs.
We were talking 50 plus, so it might not be a bad idea to give as much consideration as you can.
But I'll tell you what's awesome, Finn, is there's already like 150 players signed up for this thing, and it doesn't happen until August.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. I'm excited for it. So cornhole is really taking off at the National Senior Games.
Yeah, August 1, 2, and 3. Can't wait to do it again. And August is going to be, we're going to have a busy summer right after the Worlds, man. We are going to be taking off and doing tons and tons of stuff. Our bag partners, as you mentioned before, are behind us here because of the way the setup is.
Little CBC action in the house.
Yep.
Who else we got? CX, Corn Graphics, Zero. Our buddy Sean out there with Zero. And we got Wreck-It. We got Wreck-It here in the house. So pretty nice selection here today.
And normally they're up on the front of the table, but we got the camera set up just a little bit different than we normally do. So we had to put them behind my big
it's actually easier to actually hold them up and talk about them.
My ever-increasing muscular frame. So anyway, we wanted to make sure that you saw them again. Appreciate all of our bag partners, as always. Glad to have you on board. again, as we mentioned with the social media, there's another way that we can communicate with you, and that is via push text. If you would like to be able to receive a push text right there on your phone, click a link or whatever it is you need to know right there at the tip of your fingertips. Literally, all you have to do is text ACO to 833-659-1318. I'm sorry, 695-1318. 833-695-1318, and you will be opting in to receive text messages from us. So we won't blow you up, but we will use it when we need you to know something immediately or sooner. Share this episode as best you can. We're going to get into a weird thing with that, the difference between YouTube and Facebook here in a moment with regard to the regional rewind. But, well, let's just get into it now. The regional rewind. Again, lots of great participation from different regionals that took place all over the country. You saw a slideshow at the beginning of the show. You're looking at it now again, and we'll run through here and just give a little nod. And here's really what we're looking for. Let us know what your regionals were, how they went. Give us the little synopsis of what you ran. And let me see if I can find this here. Yeah. In this one,
once again, a lot of people submitted.
Yeah, they did. And normally at the end of this, we would spin the wheel and give away a set of bags to someone who had shared the episode last week. But because we've moved to YouTube and we're figuring out the sharing algorithm, we're going to do last week's sharing prizing next week, if that's cool. So as long as that's cool with you, keep submitting, keep sharing the episode. Now, this one holds an interest to me because I know you're going to be visiting this place this week, aren't you? You're going to be going down to Copper Basin Brew Distillery.
Oh, yeah. Margaret Barrett down there, huh?
Yeah, down in Ducktown. Down. It could be up, it could be over, it could be left, it could be right. In Ducktown, Tennessee, Margaret Barrett riding herd there at the Copper Basin Brew Distillery. She sent the photos in here, and they're right there on the state line. So they said a lot of the players are actually in there from Georgia. And while you're going to be, I'm not going to be able to be there, but you're going to be there to visit.
Oh yeah.
Will you do me a favor?
Oh yeah. Let me see.
And get this refilled.
Oh heck
for me.
What happened? Did it evaporate?
Yeah, there was a hole in the bottom, Margaret. I don't know what happened. It drained right into my own chug distillery. But you did say that this was almost like a growler, as free refills, right? Anyway,
on tap, man. I like it. 1843 on tap. I'm coming, Margaret, to get some.
All right, here we go. She probably can't reuse that bottle, so don't get her in trouble with the health department. But it's good. It's good stuff.
I can drink out of it.
Let's go again. Let's do it. Copper Basin Brew Distillery, great regional. County Line Cornhole, Beach Bluff, Tennessee. Also, that's Tracy Barnes running the show there at County Line Cornhole. Eastern Kentucky Old Timers. The Old Timers have been pretty good about keeping us up to date as to what they got going on. Harold Auxier, man, he's always sending lots of pictures. Got a lot of videos posted. They're in Prestonburg, Kentucky, there at the Jenny Wiley State Resort Park with, I think, Dewey's Bar and Grill, he said. So you got to love a place named Dewey's Bar and Grill. Harold Auxier, thank you, brother, for submitting. They ran blind draw juniors, seniors, women, world doubles, and world singles at their regional. How about that? And it's funny because he sent the specific results, and there's like, in the seniors, Bramy Bags and Boards Mythical, and there's a little flame next to it. Beck Fields has a little flame. So some of you folks must have been playing hot because you got a little flame next to your name. Kentucky Corn Slingers, DJ, let's go, baby. Every week, he's got a good regional report. Appreciate you there in Central City, Kentucky. The World Doubles was the big deal there, and the Airmail Challenge is now up to over $3,000. $3,000.
Where's that? Maybe we need to drive down there and see how we get in that one, baby.
Yeah, right. I'm going to be a huge threat to those of you going for the 30-11. But again, DJ Skipworth, Kentucky Corn Slingers, another regional rewind participant. Kingdom Cornhole, I like that name. Kingdom Cornhole, Bel Air, Maryland. How about that? Donald Rogers, Bel Air, Maryland. Running herd and riding herd on that there with Kingdom Cornhole. I love it. South of the River Baggers in Lake Station, Indiana. That's Tom Montemayor. Doing my best. I gave you both. It's a multiple choice. It's a mouthful. Yes. Tom Mouthful Montemayor. Lake Station, Indiana, south of the River Baggers. Thank you guys. Great regional there as well. And West Kentucky Cornhole, as you know.
Always doing it.
Russell and Cherish Tabers making it all happen there in Kirksey, Kentucky. So again, Brew Distillery, County Line Cornhole, Eastern Kentucky Old Timers, Kentucky Corn Slingers, Kingdom Cornhole, south of the River Baggers, West Kentucky Cornhole. Appreciate all the photos, all the information. Make sure that you submit to taco@AmericanCornhole.com anything and everything that we've asked for the regional rewind, because we want to make sure that you get the credit that you deserve for having run that. And I want to make sure that we're still running here. Yeah, we are. We're deep into this bad boy. Sorry, I'm running things a little bit differently. YouTube's got me thrown off a little bit, so I'm trying to get my groove back.
Make sure you're on.
Yeah, I want to make sure. Well, first off, yeah, make sure we're recording. That would be a huge help. Yeah, and I told you we're going to run the wheel next week for last week's shares, and we'll tell you more about how you can like and share. Maybe we'll figure out a way to get you rewarded for sharing the content. Monster Cornhole has been a monster, continues to be.
Dude, I love where it's going. We're only in week 3, moving into week 4 here, and Finn, we're already just short. I think once we upload the 6 or 7 tournaments from last night, we'll be over 1,500. 1,483 players already have a standings. Monster, baby. And we got 51 directors already on board. If you're ACO, not ACO, it doesn't matter if you're running tournaments that are blind draws, double elimination. Get into this. It's $10, and you get a chance for your players to have a chance to win some big prizes.
Yeah, and there's 2 seasons of Monster Cornhole. Just keep that in mind. There's January through June, and then July through December. It's not tied to the ACO season calendar. The tournaments that are being run by ACO certified official directors can add a little something to their game for that. But again, you can be a member of any club, any organization, any league, anything.
You just said, you mentioned a bunch of people's names in that rewind. I know Russell Tabers has been doing some of his tournaments have been added and uploaded to the Monster. I think Tracy Barnes has been doing it on her end. I know a few others that were on that list, I think, did it. But like I said, though, the most important thing for everybody to know is you don't have to be involved with the ACO to be part of the Monster Cornhole program.
And is it a nice on-ramp if you'd like to be? Absolutely. Is it a great way to walk in at shoulder level and eye level with your skill level of competition? Absolutely. That's really what it's about. Look, get in there, compete, connect, have fun. That's really what it's all about. And it has literally lived up to its name. It has become a monster. So check that out. We last week, I think it was it Michael Gobin who was our Monster of the Month. We're looking at recognizing, I think, the top 20.
Top 20 moving forward. Today, we're going to be recognizing top 10, but we're going to move to the top 20 because, Finn, what we're talking about doing is starting to give away prizes on a weekly basis.
Cool.
What we're probably going to do is, once we get this YouTube situation established here, is we're going to start doing a weekly maybe drawing here on the show.
That'd be great.
From those top 20 in the Monster, we might give away a little prize.
Awesome. Very good. Well, we're going to get the Phil's picks here.
An empty bottle 1843.
No, that was my prize. I would tell you we're going to get to time to fill and picks for this weekend in Dalton coming up here at the end. But before that, let's say thank you to those who filled out the surveys. When we leave a city, we ask you what you thought of that city. You give us your answers. You could win. You could win free singles and a doubles registration for an upcoming major. It's $120 value, which this week goes to Vicky Gorley of Oregon. How about that? Filled out her survey.
Vicky.
How easy was that? The nice thing is there will be more majors as we continue to grow out west that are going to be closer and closer to her.
Well, speaking of Oregon, I just got off the phone with TJ and Darren today. We will be back in Oregon next year in October and in February, or actually January 30th and 31st again. So
very good.
2 majors next year again in Medford. So
working
I
our
know
way,
that as of today.
Yeah, working our way toward the World Championships in Medford in 2027. Can't wait to get back out there. The registration grab bag winners for this week in Dalton, Georgia, Kenneth Veach from Tennessee, from the Volunteer State, and Stephen Swift from the Sunshine State.
Well, I can tell you, I packed those bags up this weekend, and they're going to have a couple good ones to select from. So very
good. And that's you're automatically registered for that if you're one of the first 100 to register for an upcoming tournament. And that was people became painfully aware of registering in advance when it comes to not this weekend, but the following weekend's major. And that would be Clarksville, Tennessee. And let's get to what's coming up. This weekend, we're going to be in Dalton, the carpet capital of the world. Looking forward to getting back out there. CBC is going to be running point on the streaming. We've got, what do we have for the way of a welcome bash? Have we set that?
We do not have a welcome bash right now. So if we do a welcome bash, we'll text it or we will put it on Facebook. But right now we do not have a welcome bash. Just welcome to Dalton, and we'll see you at the local bars.
And you know what? I think that if you remember last year, the place we were, it was cool, but it was outside. And I think based on the way the weather patterns have been this year,
Might not be too bad.
we could have had one and then not had one, if you
Right.
know what I mean. So better safe than sorry on that one. Trust me, I know when everyone gets together, they find a way to have a welcome bash somehow, some way, somewhere. But again, watch that ACO Facebook players page if you're playing, and that's exactly what that page is
Boom.
for.
Right
Have
there.
that update right there for you, and we'll figure out a way to gather everybody together in Dalton. Going to be big fun. Now, the following weekend, Clarksville, Tennessee, there's a couple different things going on. This is kind of how we did it last year.
Yeah, it is. So the boys from CBC are helping to put on a little fun activation. I think it's the first 64 that sign up for this. We got like 6 boards. We're going to run I think a double elimination tournament over there, but I think it opens up Wednesday night on Scorholio after the CBC show. So this Wednesday, if you're interested, make sure you're paying attention to that. Get yourself signed up for that. Now, some of the staffers and a couple other players, we're also going to be at Varsity Pin.
Is that the duck pin bowling?
For a little duck pin bowling. That's where I'm going to head because I'm not good enough to play with all those folks over at the main tournament. We will have a couple of cornhole boards set up at the Varsity Pin. We'll be doing a little duck pin bowling, and as well as maybe running some luck of the draws there. Maybe some single elimination, $5 or $10 buy-in, something easy, something fast, something that we can have fun with. So hopefully we see you at one of those 2 parties.
Yeah, absolutely. And Clarksville going to be big, big fun. It looks like we're going to ultimately have to ask them to build an even bigger or a giant convention center. So when we come back, it can become the gathering hub. But again, it is a real good reminder when we say get your tickets in advance, as we continue to grow and we continue to grow with people who are willing to travel the way the Midwest was willing to travel. Folks from the Northwest and the West are saying, well, we're going to travel too. And all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, well, where are my tickets at?
Yeah,
so
there's no doubt about that. And I was telling you earlier that I talked to a couple of folks from the Medford, Oregon area, and they were talking to quite a few players from out there in Oregon during this last major who are intending and plan to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the World Championships this year. So, yes, players are starting to travel, not just the Midwest players. We're talking about West Coasters and everybody.
Nice that you mentioned Tulsa because that's the next major on the docket, March 7th and 8th, the same weekend that the ACO UK is going to be going on in Tamworth, England, just outside Birmingham. Don't even bother.
I'm sitting out Birmingham.
Yeah, no. Not even close. Anyway,
oh man,
it's
these are fighting words.
But anyway, Tulsa, Oklahoma. I had some back and forth with Jonathan Zarzinski from Big D. I know he's going to be out there. I think he may be doing commentary there as well. But he's excited. He's working on his pro status. He was telling me all about that. So
he's focused. He's streamlined right now. I think he's focused on more than anything is that pro status, man. Yep. He wants that pro card.
Yes, he does. March 14 and 15, the newest, most recently added major, and that is Mishawaka, Indiana, the Mishawaka Fieldhouse, 15 minutes from South Bend, is that right? So in that same area, if you live in that area, you know where Mishawaka is.
And it's a hell of a good facility too. Brand spanking new.
Awesome. And speaking of facilities, by the way, if you're going to Tulsa for the major, remember where the major's being hosted, where the worlds are going to be hosted are not in the same facility. So I don't want you to look around and go,
how are they going to fit them all?
How are we going to put everybody in
here?
It's
a great facility we're at.
Yeah.
It's at the fairgrounds and it's not downtown.
But we're looking at, and this is a great opportunity to get in there, like I said, and explore the town, figure out some things you may want to come back to do when you come back for the World Championships. Bentonville, Arkansas is on the other side of Mishawaka, and that one is always a party. Are we going to be live streaming a center court? Are we going to cram as many boards in there to get as much gameplay? Are we going to be working on recipes with the cookbook? Still lots to be determined there, but we will let you know.
I think our focus is not going to be live streaming. That one's going to be more just about partying.
In fact, it might be better that we don't.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Partying and enjoying some of the recipes that are going to be cooked and brought on board. That's what I really hope. I need to talk to some of those chefs that are in the book.
From what I'm being told, live coverage of what's going on might be better if we don't have that, if you know what I'm saying. So anyway, Bentonville, March 21 and 22. We'll have more upcoming, everything on the save the date. All you need to do is check that out and start making your plans out. And then don't forget, in June, the Punta Gorda 3-day festival right there on the Gulf of America. So you can't miss it.
Gulf of America.
Yeah, you can't miss it. It's in the same place. Anyway, it's a 3-day festival. The Twisted Fork on Thursday. $20,000 in prize money and late day play. You're going to love it. And then 4 Point Sheridan and the Convention Center kind of picking up and carrying the water the next 2 of the 3 days.
Absolutely. That's the way it works. And that's cool that we're doing it at the Convention Center because it allows us to set up more courts to support more players this year because we've run out of space really to support all the players that have been coming down to this thing. And also the weather. Now the weather isn't, it doesn't hinge on that 4 o'clock storm that's going to blow through and rain on us for half an hour. We can be playing through that and be ready to party at the Tiki Bar by 8 o'clock.
There you go. Gotta love it. Start later in the day, get a chance to explore. $20,000 in prize money over 3 days of what is basically social play. If you are a bag company and you're going to outfit your team to come down there, start working on those unis right now. We want to see some creativity. I'm going to be down there, and wait till you see what I'm going to wear. Woo, baby. I'm going to be chiseled. I'm going to have an 8-pack by that time.
Dude, you've been working on it, man. It's going good.
I'm working on it. In fact, we've had to expand the lens on this because I'm becoming so broad-shouldered with my workout. I can't even say it with a straight face. Hey, bottom line is a truncated taco tonight. We just welcome you to YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications. Like the content. Run around and look at all the content here on the channel. Like the content. That is the key. And it's so much easier to get YouTube up onto a smart TV than it was where we were. And it's going to be easier when we have 2 center courts working at a major as well. There's a reason, there's a method to the madness. Sometimes it seems like there's more madness to the method, but trust me, this is why we've done all of this, splitting the Facebook page, creating Monster Cornhole, moving to YouTube, everything to make it easier to access all of it. Now, speaking of access, we have access to maybe the most prestigious prognosticator in all of cornhole, and that would be the Mississippi Ninja, Philip Barnett. And his picks this weekend for Dalton, here's my shocked face. You ready? He didn't even get off the trunk of the tree. He didn't go out on a limb on any of this, from what I can tell. But I'm going to have him do it anyway, and we're going to see if you prove him wrong. In the meantime, on behalf of Frank, here's the Cornhole Dude. I'm Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Enjoy your Taco Tuesday. Welcome to YouTube. See how different it is? And again, before we get into time to fill, he is Frank, here's the Cornhole Dude, reminding you, as always,
keep on pitching.
Welcome to another episode of Time to Fill. I'm in Beach Bluff, Tennessee. And where is the beach? There is no beach in Beach Bluff, Tennessee. I brought my swimsuit, my thong, bathing suit, all that. Never mind. Anyway, we're going to Dalton, Georgia this week. And let's get on with the picks. For women, I'm going to go with Kim Dice to take down the women. Tracy, you might have a say in that now. In juniors, I'm going to go with Isaac Hurt with Sammy Mansickle's in the house. He could take that down. In seniors, I got to go with Daryl Macon to max out. But watch out for Johnny Thomas. And Mike Hope sings in this field too. In co-ed, I got to go with Chad and Kim. Now, everybody knows who I'm picking for double, right? Go ahead, double. Who am I picking for double?
the Hurt Locker.
The Hurt Locker. There you go. He got it, JT. And in singles, I'm going with the King of Cornhole, who keeps proving me right every time. Now, Tracy's got a pick for women. Who you got?
I got Jordan Kirk for women.
Jordan Kirk, that was here earlier, played really well. Took down Sydney over here. And JT, who you got for singles, baby?
Dustin Aran.
Dustin Aran. There's a Dustin. That's a really good pick, too, by the way. And that's going to be my picks this week for Time to Fill. If you think I should pick you, prove me wrong.